I'm telling you, from the start of this simulation, I would not have guessed that this team would have won. Not at all. All right, so finally this week, the NHL playoffs begin. Let's see who is going to raise the Stanley Cup this year in NHL 2022 simulation. NHL.com, they pushed out the playoff tree. We're going to take that exact playoff tree, throw it into NHL 2022. We'll also take a look at who the scoring leaders are. We're going to simulate the very first games of every single series and see what comes of it here. All right, so each series has played one game through. So we have Colorado losing to Nashville in the very first game. Crazy. St. Louis beating Minnesota in the first game. Calgary beating Dallas in the first game. Edmonton over LA in their first one. And then we have Washington upsetting Florida in their first game. Tampa beating Toronto in their first game. I honestly, out of every series other than the Colorado-Nashville series, I think Toronto has the toughest matchup. Think of how stacked Tampa is and how they've won 2 cups in a row. They're going to be hard to kick out in that first round. So if Toronto can make it out of there, they could be dangerous, but that's tough. Boston winning their first game against Carolina, and then we got the Penguins winning their first against the Rangers. We're going to simulate through 2 games and see what the results are from there. Nashville's leading Colorado 2-1. Crazy. St. Louis 3-0 over Minnesota. To me, that doesn't seem overly surprising. Oh my gosh, Dallas leading over Calgary 2-1. Oilers lead over LA 2-1. Washington leading over Florida 2-1. Tampa Bay leading over Toronto 2-1. Boston over Carolina 2-1. And then the Penguins over the Rangers 2-1. So all of these I could kind of see, except for the Nashville one. Them being 2-1 over Colorado, that's very, very big. Even Calgary being down 2-1 over Dallas is surprising, but everything else seems kind of like realistic, as if you could expect it. I do think that Washington could upset the Panthers. Just looking at that, I do think that that is an actual possibility. Let's take a look at the league leaders here. So over 3 games, we got Brad Marchand leading the league with 6 points, 2 goals and 4 assists over 3 games. And then behind him, we have Philip Tomasino, 6 points as well, 2 goals, 4 assists. Okay, so those are the top 2 leaders in the playoffs so far over 3 games, 6 points, 6 points. All right, moving on. Oh my gosh. All right, so taking a quick pause here. Colorado was down 3-1, okay, and they ended up bringing it back 3-3. So we're going to see a game 7 there. Okay, Calgary forcing a game 7 as well. Goodness, this is getting crazy. This is what I would expect some of this stuff. Nashville beating Colorado. That is so crazy. Could you imagine if that happened? Okay, Calgary, Dallas, game 7. Who's going to take it? Calgary takes it over Dallas. We are going to take a look at the matchup. So we have Tampa Bay beating Toronto. So Tampa's going to play Washington. Boston beating Carolina 4-2. Pittsburgh beating the Rangers 4-1. So Pittsburgh and Boston will play in the second round. Then we have Calgary winning their game 7. Oh my gosh, Calgary playing the Oilers in the second round. And then we have St. Louis playing Nashville in the second round. Crazy. Some of those things I can't imagine actually happening. And if they do, so many people are going to be so surprised. Okay, we're going to take a look at the league leaders in points going forward here. So we still have Marchand and Tomasino at the top. Tomasino through 7 games has 2 goals and 9 assists. And Brad Marchand through 6 games has 3 goals and 7 assists. We're going to continue forward with the simulation. We're going to simulate through first 2 games. No, we'll simulate through the first 3 and see what kind of results we can get here. So through the first 3 games of the second round of the playoffs, we have St. Louis down to Nashville 2-1. Oh my gosh, Nashville, I'm so surprised. Edmonton is leading over Calgary 2-1. Tampa Bay is leading over the Capitals 2-1, and the Pittsburgh Penguins are leading over my Bruins 2-1. Don't like that, not gonna lie. Okay, we're gonna finish off these series and look onto the semis after these series finish. Oh my gosh, Calgary forces a game 7, being down 3-1. They come back and tie it up. I'm so surprised. I love this stuff. It's unpredictable. And the Bruins force a game 7 against Pittsburgh. Man, Calgary comes back. Oh my gosh. Calgary was down 3-1 and they come back and beat the Oilers. Boston and Pittsburgh, game 7. Come on, Boston. Dang it. Boston gets booted from the playoff picture. I really hope that doesn't happen. We'll take a look at the league leaders. Marchand on top. We will see no increase of points for Brad Marchand as the Bruins get eliminated. So we have our top 2 leaders, Zach Hyman and Connor McDavid with 15 and 14 points. And then we got Johnny Gaudreau. So technically our leader, if you're looking at the people who are still in the playoff picture, we got Johnny Gaudreau with 6 goals and 8 assists, making him 14 points, tied with Braden Point. So those are the 2 leaders that are still sticking around. So they'll definitely be passing those other guys. All right, moving on. The Western Conference Finals, Calgary and Nashville. Oh my goodness. And we have the Eastern Conference Finals, Tampa Bay and Pittsburgh. Let's see what happens. So through the first 2 games, we got Calgary and Nashville, 1 apiece. Tampa and the Penguins also 1 apiece. All right. Calgary leading over Nashville, 3-1. Tampa leading over the Penguins, 3-1. Calgary eliminating the Nashville Predators moving on to the Stanley Cup final. Okay, so what the heck? Are we gonna get a rematch? 3-2. We're getting a rematch. Calgary and Tampa meeting in the Stanley Cup final. My mind is blown right now, everybody. My mind is completely blown. League leaders. Let's take a look at the league leaders. We got Braden Point with 18 points, 5 goals, 13 assists. And Johnny Gaudreau with 16 points, 6 goals, 10 assists. This is crazy. Honestly, this is absolutely crazy. If there's a game 7, I'm gonna play it. There's no way I can't. I have to. Tampa takes game 1, 1-0. Calgary ties it up. It's 1-1. Okay, hold on a second. Johnny Gaudreau goes off. He went from 6 goals before the series begun to 3 more. He's got 20 points in 21 games, 9 goals, 11 assists. What the heck? Calgary going up 2-1. Calgary going up 3-1. Oh my goodness gracious. Goodness gracious. The Calgary Flames won the Stanley Cup. Could you imagine if that actually happens? Nobody would have predicted that. The Calgary City is going to lose their marbles if that happens. Wow. I'm legitimately surprised. I'm telling you, from the start of this simulation, I would not have guessed that this team would have won. Not at all. All right, so that closes it up. The Calgary Flames winning the Stanley Cup this year was not, they would probably be like 6th or 7th choice if I had to pick a team. Just being completely honest, just based off my assumption. I'm like so surprised right now. All right, that will be it for today's video. Thank you very much for watching, and we will catch you in the next one. Take care.